So I think we pretty much have CM Punk confirmed for Money in the Bank after this crazy episode of Monday Night Raw. I mean, it wasn't anything unique, but I thought the whole episode was fun to watch. I'm happy for CM Punk being in Money in the Bank because that's the first ever WWE show and the pay-per-view and everything that I'm going to. And perhaps it will be the last. Who knows? And if you don't know who I am, I'm Kero, and I've been watching wrestling for many, many years, over 10 years, of course. But I just never had the opportunity to go to a show, attend the show live. That changes. So seeing Seth Rollins return for Money in the Bank, seeing pretty much CM Punk, who's probably going to mess with Drew McIntyre at Money in the Bank, right? Knowing that those two and many more will be on that show, I'm excited to see Braun Breaker too, for example, Sami Zayn as well. Pretty much everybody. It's cool. That's one positive, because here's a negative takeaway that I've gotten from this show. Man, Ilya Dragunov cannot catch a break, and I do hope one day he will at least become a world champion and get to that main event level. But right now, ever since he debuted, I think he won his first match against Ricochet, and that's been it. Other than that, he's just been losing and losing and losing. I was so sure that he was going to win tonight, but he didn't. And we'll get into all of that at the end when we talk about the main event. But man, it's been a while since I've done a review show. And it's cool because I was going to do this show again, make this video. I watched Raw a little differently. I paid a lot more attention, focused in on it. I do watch these shows in 2x, by the way, and skip the boring parts. Boring to me. But yeah, I had a lot of fun. I think I was just zoned in, and I think the show itself went well. Like, obviously, I didn't expect a go-home show, insane, crazy, 10 out of 10 show, but I tempered my expectations, and because of that, I was able to have fun watching this. I cannot buy no definition called this a 10 out of 10 show, but it's definitely not a 1 out of 10 either. I thought this was like a good 6-7 out of 10. Did what it needed to do, but nothing more than that. We started with, as you can see, the Yeet Master himself, man. Jey Uso came out there, and you know how I feel about Jey Uso. A lot of you people in the USA, the Americans, right? You seem to like him. You seem to like Cody Rhodes a lot. Me, not so much. I got a couple of criticism for them, and I think my biggest criticism for Jey Uso is he's just Yeet all the time. But I do like this attire on him. I think the shirt is actually really cool. And yeah, if he can lose the Yeet glasses, maybe keep the same glasses, just put, get rid of the Yeet, because it's like, it's Yeet here, Yeet here, Yeet here. Like, man, we get it. It's your catchphrase, but you don't have to have it tattooed on your anus. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to have it everywhere on your body. Don't worry, we're cool with it. But he came out, cut a generic promo, which is what he's been doing, honestly. He feels like a bit of a Cody Rhodes in that sense. Before Cody Rhodes got the title, remember how he would come out each week and then he would just say nothing, just, hey guys, I'm here and I'm excited for this. That's been Jey Uso. He's like, hey, I'm in the Money in the Bank. That's the only new thing I'm gonna say, and that's it. Yeah, just comes out here every week, pretty much cuts the same promo. This was thankfully a little different because Chad Gable came out there, and I mean, this was nothing special. They did have a bit of a scuffle, and this you're seeing right now was just a repeat of last week, where Chad Gable in the middle of the ring, the Wyatt 6 music hits and Chad Gable's dips out of there because, you don't want to get messed up. I don't know what's going on here. I mean, the Wyatt 6 could be its own video right now, because I'm very disappointed in the way the WWE is handling them right now, because like I expect this to be like a bit of a Nexus situation, an invasion situation, where the Y6 is such a big storyline that we have to think about them all the time, at least for the first month, right? Like, they're literally the biggest deal for at least a couple of weeks. That's what I was hoping. But it's been 2-3 weeks since they've debuted, and they're just kind of their own universe. Everything else is going on normally, but they're just messing with Chad Gable. And I know some of you will say, rightfully so, that they now have these, special securities around the ring just because of the Y6. So they are treating them a little specially. But I disagree with that. I think that is a good move. It's just not enough. I think it's just a way too small of a measure for it to count. Like, we need more stuff like this. So it's disappointing to me that this Wyatt 6 thing is just, again, it's kind of cool, but I've given up all aspirations of having this be like an Undertaker level, or again, world beater, world eater type of level, like the thing you have to pay attention to. It feels like now we're in a circus, and our truth say he is like the comedy section, and we want the horror section. It's the YS6, but yeah, that's it. Like they're contained in their own thing, and I think that devalues them a whole lot. A whole lot. That was the biggest thing about their debut. When they messed up the entire backstage, I thought, okay, we're gonna have to deal with this a lot, but no. So that's disappointing. But from now on, I'm expecting to just try to enjoy these segments for what they are. I like Bo Dallas in his new role. I hope he kills it. He's been doing a fine job so far. This week was definitely the weakest YS6 has ever been, by the way, as far as segments go, because last week we at least had that crazy interview where the first question was, how do you feel about Bray Wyatt passing away, the death of your brother? That's how they opened it up, and I thought that was crazy. But this week, yeah, it's the same thing. And then what Bo Dallas has said, the like video, it wasn't anything special. So yeah, I don't know, we're gonna see. Like I said, I've given up all hope of this thing being big. We're just going to see and watch it for what it is and try to enjoy it. But the New Day came out, and specifically, I think Kofi had a match. I say I think because as soon as I seen these guys come out, Karrion Kross specifically, I was like, okay, let's skip it. So I guess he had a match with Xavier Woods. I just remember him whooping their butts so much that they're kind of injured or something. Yeah. I mean, New Day doesn't do anything for me anyways, and they've not done anything for me for a long time because it's the New Day. We've seen them ever since 2014. They've been doing the same thing. The last time I really cared about the New Day was when they were going up against the Usos back in 2016, and they were doing this rap battle thing. I'm being quite honest. I wasn't into the Kofi Mania thing either. Just like I wasn't really into Bryan Danielson's rise to become the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, because I thought they were not organic at all and very manufactured, like very sterile. I didn't like it, and WWE didn't care about it either when it comes to Kofi's, for example, because you remember how he lost the title? You know what I mean? So on the other side, I don't care about the New Day. Then we have Karrion Kross, which is someone who I also don't care about. So yeah, I don't know. I tried to like Karrion Kross so much, like when he was bald back in NXT, when he came back on SmackDown. I think he hit Roman Reigns of all people, which is crazy to think about. Or I don't know, maybe it wasn't Roman Reigns. But yeah, he came back in a segment with Roman Reigns, I think, to very little reaction, and he's still getting very little reaction here. I think Triple H really likes this guy, and I mean, he has the body and stuff like that, but man, something is just not clicking. So I don't know, but this match was okay, man. Like, I like Zelina Vega, her attire. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, she had the yeeks out. Come on now. But I like the fact that every week, pretty much, Zelina Vega comes out with these cool looking, different looking, intricate looking attires. And that's cool. That, to me, that's like maximizing every single time you're on your camera, like you maximize your potential. I think that's pretty cool. And hey, last week she got like a pretty decent promo as well. I think she more than earned a championship match like this. And yeah, the match itself was nothing to write home about, honestly. They're not good in the ring. Zelina Vega specifically not good in the ring. One thing I was so close to appreciating was Zelina specifically did the Aleister Black or Malachi Black like raise, where she puts her foot under the opponent's shin and raises them up like that. That was cool. I thought she was going to go for, well, Aleister Black's old finisher, or Malachi Black's current finisher. You get what I mean. But she didn't do that. It looked weird. The timing was weird. She was she looked completely unsure of what she wanted to do. But anyways, obviously when Liv Morgan and Dominic Mysterio specifically, those two are involved in anything, you don't really care about the match, do you? So, yeah, it was interesting. I guess we're not going to get to see it here, but then Morgan cheats, gets out of there. Yeah, it's a nice continuation of Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan's whole shebang right now. I like it. Let me just put it that way. I don't got much nice like crazy different things to say about this feud. I just enjoy every single segment. And even though we see Liv Morgan and Dominic Mysterio all the time, pretty much on Raw, right? Along with the Judgment Day. I think the segments are entertaining and different enough that I don't mind seeing them. Like, I'm not fatigued by watching them, which actually a year ago, I was fatigued of seeing the Judgment Day. And the fact is, now we're a year ahead and the Judgment Day is still carrying Raw and I'm not sick of it. I think that's actually pretty good, right? What else can you ask for? I mean, much better things, but again, tempering my expectations here. But we're gonna get back to this angle, obviously, with the Rey Mysterio and Dominic match. Before that, though, Seth Rollins came out there with an interesting attire. Not too zesty this week, though, so there you have it. And he was serious. He's still doing the whoa, whoa chanting, which is boring. See, that's one of the boring things I can skip ahead. That's why I watch Raw, not live, but after it's finished. But yeah, he's still calling himself Seth freaking Rollins as well. In this promo, he said, if I lose to Damian Priest, I should probably examine who Seth Rollins is, try to rethink my career. I think regardless if you win or lose, Mr. Rollins, you should do that. Because I'm getting sick of the whoa, whoa chants. It's just a waste of time. Maybe when I'm in the Money in the Bank watching it live, I'll do it. Maybe. I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see. I'll probably get caught up in the atmosphere and do it. But it is tiring as a audience member watching behind my screen. It's been so many years, it feels like, where we're having the whoa thing. It's just, yeah. Especially with Seth Rollins not being gone that long. Like, what? He was gone for a month or two and he's now back. We had no chance to miss this thing, and yeah, that's the only negative thing about it. But the promo was nice. Finn Balor came out there. There was a lot of backstage segments, of course, and it really looks to me like Seth Rollins is taking that title, and the Judgment Day is finally going away. You know, I talked about Judgment Day carrying Raw for like over a year now. We were still seeing them all over Raw, even 1 year ago, right? And even then, back then, that early period, it felt like they were teasing Judgment Day breaking up, tension between them every single week. But finally, after billions of teases, I feel like this one is it, man, because this has been going on for a while, and especially in the segment, Damian is saying like, yeah, I'm standing on business, man. I don't need Judgment Day. And yeah, Finn Balor is obviously being really heelish. He has that connection with Liv Morgan too. I mean, presumably, right? So I feel like this is the perfect chance to go ahead, take the title away from Damian Priest, because Judgment Day, aka Finn Balor specifically, is going to do something stupid and cause the title. That way, there you have your feud ready. Seth Rollins then can go ahead, go to SummerSlam to challenge or face off Gunther. With Gunther, Seth Rollins versus Gunther. I mean, I think it writes itself, right? Would you want that match or Seth Rollins, Damian Priest versus Gunther? It just doesn't really work. But it is interesting. We have to keep in mind that Damian Priest is basically a babyface now. Pretty much a babyface. He's been acting like it the past month, maybe even more than that now. So, like, logistically, it is possible that we can have Gunther versus Damian Priest, because that's going to be a heel versus babyface, you know? But I just don't see it. SummerSlam, one of the biggest, still the biggest, one of the biggest pay-per-views in the eyes of the WWE and in the eyes of Triple H, I believe. So, yeah, when I say SummerSlam, it has to be Seth Rollins versus Gunther. Plus, with the way Seth Rollins is going, maybe we won't get a chance to see that ever. So why not take it now? Because that's one thing that WWE is kinda sometimes great with, but sometimes horrible with. Sting versus Undertaker comes to mind as like one of the more painful examples. You do want to go ahead and keep these dream matches as much as you can, so that you can build as much tension and excitement for them, and make it even crazier once it finally happens. But again, you don't want to keep it so much that it doesn't happen at all. And Seth Rollins is getting up there in age, and Even if he can wrestle in the future, obviously he will be able to. It's not going to be the same Seth Rollins. I mean, even now, naturally, if you look at Seth Rollins from 10 years ago, the way he was moving, the matches he was having to now, it's still Seth freaking Rollins. He's still in a class of his own. But 10 years ago, Seth Rollins was like, oh my God, you couldn't even take your eyes off of him. But anyways, this was a nice segment, man. What else can I say? Everything is set right now. We're going to go ahead and see this match. And like I said, I'll say it one more time. Seth Rollins is taking that title home. And there we go, by the way. Let me fix the picture right here. It's like I said, it's been a while since I've done a review show. The last thing I'll say pertaining to this segment or the people in it is this man right here, Finn Balor, bigging up on Seth Rollins right now. I think he needs one more world championship run. Every time he went back to NXT or when he first debuted there, Triple H was like immediately, okay, you get the title now. And he had a very dominant run. At the time, he was like one of the longest reigning champions. The years later, he went back and immediately got the title, and I think carried it really well too. So Finn Balor is really getting old right now. Like he's over 40. And so, yeah, I think one more world championship run. I don't think because he doesn't have too much character and too much promo ability that he's shown us in the WWE, that he's a WWE championship level guy. I don't think that, to be honest with you. But now you look at our current WWE champion. The bar is not that high, number one. Number two, I think because now he's so relaxed and he's having so much fun with the Judgment Day stuff, that Finn Balor has shown more character than ever. And if he can continue to do that, take that a couple more steps above, I think it's already worthy of world championships anyway. Simply because, remember when Seth Rollins, before he lost the title, was having this dominant run? Like the only person who we wanted to win this championship from Seth Rollins, who we believed would be a good champion, was Finn Balor. Other than that, do you remember even one challenger to Seth Rollins' title besides Drew McIntyre that you were like, yeah, either I want this guy to become the champion, he deserves it, or like, oh yeah, I do believe like this is a credible opponent for Seth Rollins. There was nobody else but Finn Balor. So man, I always liked him anyways. I know I roasted him a little bit about his promo ability and all that, but don't get me wrong, man. Don't get me wrong. I like me some Finn Balor. I'm still sad about the fact that injury happened all those years ago when he debuted on the main roster. But yeah, we'll see. This is definitely getting gonna grow a bigger and bigger pause. It's gonna definitely be a big match at SummerSlam. Will it continue all the way to WrestleMania? That's a long time away right now. I don't think so, but yeah, we might see the implosion of Judgment Day there because Dominic is away doing his own thing anyways. Yeah, Rhea is not here, and when she comes back, I just don't see Judgment Day lasting. I see them finally either changing like hugely with Finn Balor becoming the leader now and bringing in new members, or just going away. But anyhow, man, I got a lot to say. I could keep this going for 1 hour, but we're going to move on to our next match, the Money in the Bank qualifier. I really like the look of Dakota Kai. She reminds me of just when she was about to move up to the main roster from NXT. She kind of had a similar look back down, but the all black, it's just a cool attire. I liked it. And yeah, she was in good out here, and I hoped she would win, but it was Zoe Stark, which is an understandable choice by the WWE because, okay, let's be honest, I'm gonna be a little brutal here, but Zoe Stark has no charisma. Trish tried to help her with everything she had, didn't work. No mic ability, like no aura, as the young ones say nowadays, right? None whatsoever. But when it comes to being athletic, executing wrestling maneuvers, yeah, she's one of the best, I think. Still not better than Kylie Ray, for example. Alba Fire now, that's her name. But yeah, I mean, I see her as a Ricochet, right? Where you put her in this ladder match, definitely not to win, but she's gonna do some crazy spots and make the crowd go wild. And so I think that's her role right there. So understandable, like I said, she is going to become the final one right there. I just want to give a quick prediction. I really wish that Chelsea Green would win, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I think she really deserves it though. She's really good, and I think she would be really entertaining. Even winning the title, I would have no problem with that. This is a difficult one to call because WWE loves Lyra Valkyria. Like it's obvious they want to push her. If the potential is there, if the possibility is there, they're gonna push Lyra Valkyrie really, really hard because I mean she's the one that pinned Becky Lynch when she was just like going over Tiffany, for example. Tiffany though, that's gonna be my prediction. Just because she's alone in this match, I think someone's gonna mess with her. She's gonna be right at there trying to grab it, and someone's gonna mess with her, and then she's gonna go even crazier and go into that damage control angle, trying to get the stable strong again. While Tiffany Stratton, they really have stopped her after that quote unquote racist allegations. That video came out. She lost like immediately, right, for the Queen of the Ring match, and then she's just been kind of chilling, not doing too many crazy stuff. Definitely was getting a push. It got stifled a bit, but I think that's going to continue now. Tiffany's taking this match. If she doesn't, I'd be really surprised. I think out of everybody here, you gotta bet on her. You gotta bet on her. Obviously, she should not be careless and do post something weird like that again. Regardless of what you think of it, like be a company woman. At this point of your career, be a company woman. Take advantage of the situation you're in, and just like fly to the moon because she has the potential to do that. But yeah, I don't see Naomi winning it either. And this is basically like a WrestleMania match, bro. But we had Rey Mysterio versus Dominic Mysterio out there. Dominic with the mustache, which looks completely drawn on, like with a pen. I don't know why it looks like that, but it does. And they put on a good match. Like this was also, I would say, action-wise, it was like a pay-per-view, WWE pay-per-view, obviously, level match. Like, it was crazy. Rey Mysterio nearly knocked Dominic out here. Yeah, he came in there pretty fast, and I also took, during wrestling training, a whole bunch of body slams, or cross bodies, I mean, and it's tough, man. It's like not hitting the back of your head to the mat. It's tough. So I really relate to Dominic's pain there. If anything bad did happen, they did need to slow down after this move a little bit. It took some time for Dominic to get back on his feet, which I thought was a little funny. But that's wrestling for you. Anyways, the match itself was good. We had this crazy pose, the reverse of what happened to these two, a couple of weeks ago, and Liv Morgan held down, bro. I don't even know how this thing is allowed to be on TV, but it was. I mean, look at this guy with the old Finn Balor t-shirt. Yeah, that was also my reaction right there. It is crazy. I really do wonder how and where where are we gonna see the ending of this storyline? Will it be TV, pay-per-view, or baddiehop.com? Like I don't know, it could be either or. But man, like I said, it was a good match. Dominic, though, obviously, because of Liv Morgan, lost, while Liv Morgan won because of Dominic Mysterio. So everybody's confused here. Everybody's confused. Both wrestling-wise, sexual-wise, it's crazy. This was a pretty generic segment, I think, like nothing special the way it was set up or anything like that, but I thought it was nice. Sami Zayn always cuts those good underdog promos. Called the Braun Breaker stupid. That was funny. And I really liked the way Braun Breaker spoke here. It's been a while since I really got to just sit down, look at nothing else but the demeanor of Braun Breaker. The way he handles himself on the mic is great. He's not missing a step. It feels like he's been on the main roster forever. Great on the microphone. His tone, his intonation, like he knows how to cut a promo. He just has it. You just can see easily that Braun Breaker has it, man. That's it. Does he have this match in the back, though? I don't think so. I'll get to the reason why. But what also surprised me is, yeah, sure, I was watching this on 2X, but like when he did that surprise spear to Sammy, the first one, it was so freaking fast too. Like, it was insanely fast that, like, I was impressed. I was honest, like, holy shit, bro. Like, yeah, this one right here. And then they actually threw a couple of curveball here too. Actually, yeah, when I said this was generic, maybe I was wrong. Like, Sami actually hopped over Braun Breaker's other spear attempt. I can't even speak. And Braun Breaker not only dominated this segment, which if you're dominating the go home segment, obviously, according to WWE laws, you're gonna have to lose your title match at the pay-per-view. Not only did he do that, there you go. He took the title and he held it up. So Braun Breaker basically cursed himself. I'm going to give it a high chance that he's losing to some shenanigans, maybe. I don't know. But this is Braun Breaker. And Sami Zayn, while he is Sami Zayn and he's pretty good, he's not doing anything special. And he's not involved in this crazy, like any crazy storyline, really. So he doesn't have a good reason to keep the title, besides being a good wrestler and a good promo and all that. And when you're against Braun Breaker, which this is the guy, like 5 years later, it's not going to be Cody, it's not going to be Roman, it's going to be Braun Breaker, right? That's going to be your biggest guy. That's why I think Sami's going to win, but I cannot give you 100%, answer. But yeah, then we had the main event, man. It was pretty quick to the main event. This was a brutal match. I mean, it really felt like to me, like the WrestleMania match with Gunther between, Drew McIntyre and Sheamus. But then you take out Gunther and just put Ilya Dragunov in there and you get a pretty similar match. This was a more high-flying Gunther, I guess. And for a TV match, this kicked ass. This kicked ass. And it's crazy to think that Sheamus is this old. And it sucks that he's this old because, like, you can see, like, if he was a bit younger, if he could move more, I think he would be as prominent as Drew McIntyre, actually, because he's great at promos, he's great at in the ring. Even with the limited way he moves, like, he obviously gets tired a lot more, and his range of motion seems limited too, especially if you're Ilya Dragunov, because he did the mid-air bro kick, right? It was right to the family jewels, bro. Like, Ilya Dragunov will not be able to conceive children ever again. Rest in peace to that bloodline. Hopefully Ilya does have children, because, like I said, if he doesn't, it's too late. But this match kicked ass. Like, quite simply, kicked ass. I cannot say anything else. I loved every single thing that happened here. The reversal of the Drew McIntyre's finisher to a Torpedo Moscow. That was also sick. I just liked everything about it, besides Ilya Dragunov losing, because I thought that, okay, you look at the rest of the people in the man's Money in the Bank, nobody has ever been a world champion there. So who fits the bill? Ilya Dragunov. And Drew McIntyre has a storyline with CM Punk. Sheamus has stuff with, Kaiser, even though Kaiser is injured now. I think he injured his ribs and he's going to be out for a while. Probably not a long time, but definitely a couple of months, which is sad because I think Kaiser is also another world champion. Call me crazy, but I think that guy has it. So, it's just that, like I said, Ilya has just been losing so much that I thought that would really just give them a reason to go ahead and let Ilya win here, go to that Money in the Bank. But I understand completely that, Drew winning, we need CM Punk out there. It's going to be interesting, yeah. But yeah, Drew McIntyre is like the only former WWE or World Heavyweight Champion in that match, if I'm not mistaken. So I was thrown off by that. At least they did not let Ilya Dragunov get pinned. Sheamus got pinned, man. He's great. He's great. Just, you know what I mean? Protecting the younger talent, let's say. And I hope after this, Ilya can catch a break and again become a bit better at winning, because come on, man, we need that credibility for Ilya. But Drew McIntyre, again, being facetious, going ahead and putting on that bracelet that he stole from CM Punk. The fact that he got people to chant Larry last week was also insane. I gotta mention that. And yeah, that was pretty much the end of Raw. And lastly, before I get out of here, I just want to give my predictions for the man's Money in the Bank. The fact that Andrade is here is kind of crazy to me. Wasn't he AEW? Like it's just so weird, right? The way his career has been going. Like they've done absolutely nothing with him, but all of a sudden he's in the Money in the Bank. He's gonna kick ass, by the way. Like I can see Andrade stealing the entire match with a couple of awesome spots. Definitely not winning it. Definitely not winning it. Drew McIntyre, definitely not winning it. CM Punk is gonna take care of that business. Chad Gable, Alpha Academy stuff, YS6 stuff. He got no business right now with the Money in the Bank. So eliminate those three. LA Knight, as much as I would love him to win this and become the world champion, because I think he deserves it. He's entertaining. I feel like most of you do. He's going to go ahead and face Logan Paul and win the United States Championship instead. And yeah, that's his shtick for a while. So LA Knight gets out of there too. So who do we have left? We got 3 people left. We got Jey Uso, Money in the Yeet in the Money, whatever, Yeet in the Bank, man. There's a lot of wordplay with Yeet you can do, and he was the first ever draft pick on Raw this year, right? So WWE obviously like also puts him in again, like the opening segment of tonight or random promo segments, making sure that we know he exists. Kind of the same way with how they did it with Cody. That means he's important, but they just don't have anything, cool or creative for him to do. But man, he could win just because of the position he's in. And then he's tied to this bloodline stuff, which could affect it too. But at the same time, I think because he's tied to this bloodline stuff, does he need the Money in the Bank, right? Why would he need it? It would make things different. It would make things interesting, but you already have your story there too. So that's why I'm going to eliminate Jey Uso, even though it's really tough to do so. No pun intended. It's like, yeah, that's the only way I can get him out of here. So, oh yeah, actually, I got everybody out of here. Oh, damn. Is it Carmella Hayes or Jey Uso? Those are the last two. Damn. Wow. If I look at this now, I mean, it'd be cool for Carmella Hayes to win. And if this was NXT, I feel like Carmella would definitely win. Then I think I'm gonna call Jey Uso. Actually, screw everything I just said. Carmella, even though I think he's doing fine, he should be doing a lot better, especially promo wise. I think. I just don't see him over Jey Uso. Like they give so much importance to this guy. So I hope he wins, because if Carmella wins, I think LA Knight or somebody else was talking about it. Like, I will cash in the Money in the Bank for the United States Championship. Like, you shouldn't even be talking about Money in the Bank and the United States Championship. That immediately devalues the hell out of the Money in the Bank briefcase. Do not do that. Okay? Do not do that. Money in the Bank, when you win that, it's either World Heavyweight Championship or WWE Championship. Because like Stone Cold said back in the day, if you're not in the business to become a world champion, then what are you even doing? You know what I mean? That's the stupidest thing. Anyways, that's a whole nother debate. I'm thinking Jey Uso because nobody else makes sense. Drew McIntyre would be a strong competitor for this, but it's gotten CM Punk written all over it. So, yeah. That's it, man. That's it. That's the show review. That's a bit of Money in the Bank predictions for you. I'll be back doing the same exact thing Friday for SmackDown. And then once we get over Money in the Bank, I'm going to be doing that for Money in the Bank as well. So stay tuned to this channel. And if you are interested in wrestling games or other wrestling videos, check these out right here. That being said, I'm getting out of here.